Hello YouTube, Dark Artisan here, and welcome to my video showcasing my Blood Angels army. Just before I start, there is around about 12 models not actually on the board at the moment. That's because they're not built. I have 5 Vanguard Vets which I'm actually in the middle of magnetising. I have a Captain Tycho that I'm going to be painting up as Tycho the Lost. And I've also just gotten my hands on Captain Arlene out of one of the Carlene out of the Deathstorm box set. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you all the models that I've got, and I've been on a little bit of a painting mission over the last couple of months, or couple of weeks rather, alternating between my Blood Angels and my Dark Eldar, trying to get them painted to quite a good standard. I don't mind playing against people who haven't painted the models or anything. I myself like mine to be fully painted, and I prefer WYSIWYG. So quite a lot of my models are actually magnetised as well. For example, Assault Marines have yellow helmets but can take special weapons. I've actually magnetised the head, so I can switch that between a Tactical Marine with a red helmet and an Assault Marine with a yellow helmet, depending on how I want to run each of my squads. Not all of them have the special weapons magnetised. Some of them are slightly older Marines where the hands aren't actually attached to the weapons at all. So some of those ones I didn't actually magnetise, but some of them are. And yeah, so I'll show you around my entire army. We'll start over this side first of all. So in front of the camera here, I've got 10 Stern Guard. This is actually a combination of a Death Company box set and a Stern Guard box set. And I basically just mix them together, and I have fully magnetised each of them apart from the Heavy Flamer and the Heavy Bolter. This I sometimes use to double up as a tactical squad if I need them. When I started playing 40k again, we had the 5th edition Codex, which meant we could take Assault Marines as troops. So although I had a tactical squad, I never fielded it. So I kind of ended up having to invest in that. Behind them, you can't see the Sergeant there on the Devastator squad. He's just up there. There's actually 9 Devastators there. What I did is I actually bought some of the metal Space Marine bodies second hand from a number of years ago. Like when I used to collect, like 15 years ago, all the bodies were metal back then and fixed pores, and I actually used the spare weapon sprues to double up on some of the weapons at the front. So obviously we've got a plasma cannon, a heavy bolter, multi-melter and a last cannon there. We've then got another heavy bolter, plasma cannon, a missile launcher and a last cannon here. The 4 heavy weapons that are actually painted have their heads magnetised, so I can switch that in and out with a tactical squad if I wanted to run a tactical squad, for example, with a last cannon or heavy bolter instead. So yeah, the arms were a little bit difficult to magnetise, so the heads were a lot easier to do. Moving across here, I'll just swing around a little bit. I've got 2 tactical squads. The ones that are painted to the left, you can't quite see them all, but they are there. That was the first models that I painted around about 7 months ago, after 15 years out of the hobby. And that was the only tactical squad I had, and basically it never got fielded. However, obviously with the new 7th edition Codex, we have to take tactical squads or scouts as troops. So I bought the new Blood Angel Tactical Squad, which is the grey ones in front of you. Excuse that, they haven't actually been sprayed or anything yet. Now, some people like the bigger bases that they came with. Personally, I don't. And I wanted it to fit with the rest of my army, so that's why they glued on just random spare bases for the moment until they painted and based properly. What I actually did with the larger bases was I actually mounted all of my characters on them, which I'll show you when we get round to that as well. Again with this one, this melter gun here, He's actually magnetised head and hand. So again, I can switch that out between, for example, a Vanguard Vet, or rather a Stern Guard, with a gold helmet, and I can switch the weapon in and out as well. So yeah, I actually glued that heavy flamer in place, as I felt like I had enough heavy weapons between the Devastator squad and the 3 tactical squads to go around with swapping helmets. So yeah, I'm just going to move back a little bit now. So what we have there is my 5 Sanguinary Guard. I do like them. They're a lot better since the points reduction. I don't like the swords being unwieldy, but unfortunately you only get 3 power swords in the box. So there you go. We can also now take 10. So I'm considering buying another 5. And we should be able to run them as a squad of 10, which would be quite nice. And we'll have to lift the camera up here, so excuse it if I'm a little bit shaky. Back here we have 10 Assault Terminators. And what I did is I bought 1 box of Assault Terminators before the Blood Angel ones came out and painted them up. I did 2 Lightning Claws and 3 Thunder Hammers. When Space Hulk came out, you can see here the 2 front ones are actually the Space Hulk ones. I've actually mounted them on proper Terminator bases. So yeah. Up here we have the characters. Dante's base, as you can see, I'm in the middle of redoing that since I put him on a larger base. But we have Mephiston, Tycho, Lamates and Astaroth already painted. Sanguinon Cabulo currently in work in progress. Across here we've got the remaining characters. So I've got, which him in the middle there was the old Reclusiarch. Unfortunately we don't have a Reclusiarch anymore, which is a bit of a disappointment. He was quite good. So I have the Reclusiarch and a Chaplain. I have an old Apothecary, which I was running as the Elite Sanguinary Priest previously. And then we've got a Terminator Librarian from Space Hulk, and a Terminator Captain. I've then got a normal Space Marine Captain. His backpack's actually magnetised along with the Librarians and the Sanguinary Priest in front, which is the new model. So I can switch them with jump packs if I want to run them with jump packs. Now in relation to that Sanguinary Priest, I didn't really want to pull out £18 for a single model. However, the model itself is actually a fantastic model, and to be honest, when we seen the previews I thought it was Cabulo. So I think if I ever play Cabulo, we'll use him. And down here we've got another. There's actually 11 Terminators, and that's because magnetising them was going to be quite difficult to be able to have the heavy weapon choices as I use the rest of the Space Hulk ones here. So I do have a Cyclone Missile Launcher 1 spare on the left, so I can swap the heavy weapon in and out. Here we have 11 Assault Marines, and the reason we have 11 is because I built 3 with 3 different special weapons, so I could take any. Obviously, since the new Codex release, we can take 2 special weapons per 5 Marines. So what I've done is I've actually cut each of the hands so that I can magnetise the weapons in and out as well. We have some bikes here. Nothing particularly special, just a melter gun, plasma gun, sergeant, standard, and the attack bike. Now the attack bike does have a heavy bolter on it, however that is also magnetised exactly the same way as this land speeder is, so that I can switch the weapons in and out. The weapons on the bottom of the 2 land speeders are magnetised as well, so again I can switch between a flamer and an assault cannon. If we come down here, there's my Honour Guard squad. Nothing particularly special about them. The sergeant on the left has magnetised arms. Most of my sergeants actually have magnetised arms and possibly wrists, so I can switch all of the weapons in and out as well. Here we have again 11 Assault Marines, and the reason for 11 is because 1 of each special weapon. But obviously, as I said, since then, since the new codex came out, I've actually magnetised all the wrists. I'm just going to pan across a little bit and look at that view. I've actually just finished most of these tanks up today. I've spent the last 4 days batch painting a Land Raider, a Vindicator, Whirlwind, a Predator and a Razorback. What we've got here, and I'll pan up in a little bit, is 2 Razorbacks with interchangeable turrets, a Rhino, a Vindicator. The Predator Annihilator is fully magnetised, so I can switch between the heavy bolter sponsons and the autocannon turret. The Bile Predators are not magnetised, however, I have one with flamers, which is on the left, I'll show you in a moment, and the one on the right has heavy bolters and an assault cannon. Now I can change the top turrets around as well on pretty much anything, so I can run it anywhere that I want. I've then got the 2 Land Raiders here at the back, and again all the top turrets can be taken in on and off. In relation to the Redeemer and Crusader, I actually did magnetise the Hurricane bolters as well, so they can be swapped in and off. I also magnetised the side panels here, so I can have them on the bolters without it looking too scarce. I'll come just back a little bit as well. We've actually got 15 scouts here. Sniper ones are fully painted. These bolter ones and heavy bolter I actually bought second hand from my local gaming store for £5, so I couldn't really turn my nose up at them. And then I've got some close combat scouts here as well. Again, just undercoated and painted with Carbol Crimson wash. Death Company. I've got 8 here. Now they do have fully magnetised backpacks. When I bought my original ones, I did glue them with jump packs before I'd actually read the codex. And in 5th edition codex, the jump packs were 15 points each, which was almost the same as buying another Death Company, so it just wasn't feasible. So I ended up cutting them off and actually magnetising them with normal backpacks. Unfortunately, I've actually run out of jump pack because, as you can see, some of these ones are actually clip-on bolters from Assault on Black Reach, which I don't mind using them like that, as Death Company are relentless. We can rapid fire and still assault, which can be quite good. There is 3 at the back there that aren't painted yet, but I'm getting round to them. If we come across a bit more, there's 15 Death Company, all with fully magnetised backpacks. Most of them have close combat weapons and bow pistols. 2 at the front have thunder hammers. There is 4 power swords in there, and an Infernus pistol and a plasma pistol if I want to, switch in between them. Just behind the Death Company, we have 3 Dreadnaughts, and all my Dreadnaughts are fully magnetised as well. So I can switch between having a Stormbolter wrist or a Heavy Flamer wrist. And again, all the Librarian is magnetised as well. I actually have all the spare weapons for this Dreadnought. I have, as you can see, there's las cannons on at the minute. I have a plasma cannon, multi-melter, assault cannon, and so forth. So I can literally just switch all the Dreadnoughts up as and how I like. I do have 3 drop pods behind. Unfortunately, that one isn't painted. Again, I'm getting round to that. And behind those, you can probably see the Death Company Dreadnought and the Death Company drop pod as well. In the drop pods, I even magnetised the Stormbolter. Some of them are, some people prefer the Deathwind launchers. I personally don't, but I've always got the option because I've now magnetised it. You can see Death Company Stormraven behind there. 5th edition Codex, I actually used to put the Reclusiarch in there with, I think it was 11 Death Company, and stick the Death Company Dreadnought on the back. Very hard hitting late game. Problem is with the new Codex, I don't think it's viable to hit that hard too late in the game. I still use the Storm Raven from time to time, but I tend not to use it for transport and death company, as the jump packs are now only 3 points each. So I prefer running them with jump packs now. Again, that is almost fully magnetised. I usually take the multi-melter on the front. However, the last cannons have been magnetised with the plasma cannons and the assault cannons. I've also magnetised the hurricane bolters onto the side as well. And I've actually done the same with my standard painted Storm Raven, which is up here. So that's fully magnetised as well. Now, when the new Codex came out, there was a formation that had 3 Storm Ravens and 3 tactical squads that came on first turn. I wasn't prepared really to pull out for another Storm Raven. However, I went into my local gaming store and they actually had a second-hand Storm Raven that was a little bit worse for wear. Nothing I couldn't fix up for £20. So I purchased it. Now, it was missing a couple of the weapons on the top and it's a bit dusty. However, the Fire Raptor that you see in the background came with 3 Storm Raven sprues. So I actually had enough spare parts from that to be able to repair this. So I've actually got the hurricane bolters, all the weapons, and this was actually missing a back door as well. But the Fire Raptor doesn't use the back door, so I managed to fix it all up. And yeah, the Fire Raptor. Screen isn't in or anything yet. That's because I wanted to spray and paint the inside where the Space Marine is before I actually glue it. Now this is a fantastic model. And that's not its actual base. I haven't done the base for it yet. That's actually off my Dark Eldar Void Raven. The model for this is absolutely fantastic. But it's so difficult to put together. I still need to fill a few gaps in. You can probably see around the front here. Just with a little bit of green stuff. I'll file it down before I spray it. But the model itself is out of this world. So yes, there we have it. Almost my entire Blood Angel army. Minus, of course, 5 Vanguard Vets. Tech Marine and Servitors, Captain Carleen, and Tycho the Lost. If you like this showcase video, I'm hoping to do another one soon with me Dark Eldar. But thanks for watching.